Welcome everyone to Mentoring for Your Soul. Now we're going to move into the famous area of relationships because somehow in life we're all about relationships and how we get on with each other, and how we get on with our most intimate relationships is also can be a bit of a challenge. So I want to really tackle this area of relationships for people and see what comes up. And I want us to preferably, my preference is going to people who haven't had a go. If you've had a go, I'll go back to the people who haven't. So they leave your hand up, and that's fine. Then I'll know that you want it. But I want to give people a chance. If you haven't had a chance to speak around relationships and you want to, then we'll give people a chance to do that. So people are a bit shy about relationships, but we'll see how we go. You might get volunteered. You realise this. And because you had your hand up, we're going to start with you first. If you guys, this is
Thank
like you
you.
put your hand up, you got to go. So simple as that.
Well, I my relationships with my family have been partly caused by my attitude about money and not handling it well. It's caused stress with my husband, and my son has addictions, and it's hard to relate to him when he's in his addictive behaviors.
Okay. So it's the immediate family that's really causing you some stress, isn't it?
Yes, a lot.
A lot, yes. Okay. Um, what's happening? What do you think your part within all that is? I'm curious. Like we can't fix them tonight because they're not here, but we can look at maybe clearing a block for yourself. So, what do you think the block around that is for you?
Well, I this is embarrassing to say, but I wanted my husband to take care of me, and so I'm rather resentful that he hasn't. But it's my fault in the end that I haven't handled the money well all through our marriage, and we haven't been able to talk about money all through our marriage. So he handles it, and I'm looking for a job now. I'm hoping to find something that will bring in some money.
Hmm.
With my
Okay.
son, learning. I'm going to the programs, the 12-step programs, to help me understand and not, understand it's an illness, and to try to let go and let God.
Okay.
But
So I've
he's
got a statement
irritated
for
with
you.
me
I've
a
already got
lot.
a statement here for you.
Good.
And it's really interesting. They're quite short statements coming up tonight, but they're really sort of hitting the mark. And again, this is for all of us. And it's a really simple one. It's I take personal responsibility. I
I take
take
personal
person.
responsibility.
Yeah, yeah. It can get really easy to know what's wrong with all the other people around us.
Yes, I've awakened to this
Yeah.
recently.
No, I get that you actually understand what I'm talking about. And it takes courage to acknowledge that. Like, someone might in your life might have like the addiction, and you go, well, that's not nothing to do with me. But all we can do is, okay, what is in me that's attracting this? And how can I handle this differently? And the very first thing that I'd be recommending for you is Ho'oponopono.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I know that.
Um, because I think that's going to be really important. And we'll talk about that a little bit more, a little bit shortly. Um, but I think it's also about you taking care of yourself in all aspects, whether it's financial or health or wherever it is. It's you saying, I know what I need and I'm going to take care of myself.
Makes sense. It's been a lifelong journey on that one.
Yeah, yeah. And this is a great thing to learn in life, to take personal responsibility. Again, if there was one thing I could have for the planet, people talk about world peace. I think if we all took personal responsibility, there would be world peace. And we can only do that one person at a time. So I'm just going to clear that for you. There's a lot there. Okay. So can you say for me, please, I take personal responsibility?
I take personal responsibility.
Okay. How's that feel?
Good.
Okay, well done.
Thank you, Barry.
Heather, I'm going to bring you on for a moment for two things. One, I'm going to get you to do the next one, but just before you do, can you just really briefly just explain the Ho'oponopono for people, because it was such a big, it's one of your big areas.
Yeah. Honoponopono it is a beautiful, as Claudia's just said, a beautiful Hawaiian technique where it's where you're offering forgiveness. It's really to self. It really is all about self and how we are all connected. And if we can forgive ourselves, then it does flow onto the masses. And there's a beautiful story about it, which I won't go into it now as to how it actually happened. But it's one that I would certainly recommend that you look at deeper. So it's just thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and you can have it, or I love you. You can have it either way. The four areas, as long as you say them, that's fine. Sorry, I've just had a tooth extraction, so I'm a little bit.
Oh, you've done really well, you poor thing.
I know I'm a little bit sort of a bit blah, 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 but yeah. So it's a beautiful, and I'm just forgiving myself for allowing this tooth extraction to happen in the first place.
All right. Well,
So,
are you up to doing anything else, or is that enough? I mean, I want to be really clear.
it might be just enough that I'm just sort of at that end.
No, I think you've done really well. Just explain that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so thank you for listening, everyone. And and this whole area of clearing is just a fabulous process to go through, and so recommend it. As far as moving forward with what Barry's doing, it's just incredible. It's had a huge, massive impact on my own personal life.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. And Heather's actually the other mentor. So the three of us seem to be doing all the one-on-one coaching that goes with the Life Vision mentoring. And I'll mention that at the end for those people, if that's what resonates with you as well. Nancy, we're actually up to you. Hi, Nancy. You just need to unmute yourself. I know you're having a wonderful conversation there in your own house, but
no, when it comes to relationships, I always think I can't, make friends and things. I always think I have nothing to offer, and I have nothing to offer anybody. So I have no friends because I don't try to cultivate relationships.
okay. In the past, have you found that life sometimes there's these doorways where we have friends, they come in and they leave? Can you relate to that?
Yes.
And one of the things that happens is as we raise our vibration and our awareness, our consciousness, other people around us have two options. It can encourage them to raise, to continue, and we grow in our relationships, or they don't. All right? And that is their choice. There's nothing right or wrong. It's just a choice. But if they're choosing not to grow while you are, the connection that you're trying to have with these people isn't there anymore. And I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to connect at the vibration that you used to be at, not where you're at or where you're going.
Okay.
So it's about connecting with people at the vibration that you're at. They're the people I want to hang out with. I want to hang out with people with really high vibrations because it's much more fun for me.
But that's just it. I have nothing to offer other people.
You don't think you do?
So, okay, I don't think I do.
Okay, so just to get that clear. So, it gives us a clue about where the block is, isn't it? All right? So, the statement for you is, I am my own best friend.
Okay, I am my own best friend.
Yeah. That's where we've got to start. Like, how could you expect people to want to be friends with you if you wouldn't want to be friends with yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to start there. You know, this is for everyone. We've got to start like, you know, take yourself out on a date night. Like, wow, I'm so good. Like a couple of hours ago, I hopped onto my push bike and went out and took myself out for a couple of hours. And I was like, wow, this is just me time before tonight. And I want everyone to consider that your first primary relationship is to yourself. It sounds sometimes people go, oh yeah, but isn't that sort of egotistical or selfish? And I'm going to say yes. Congratulations. I've taken my whole life to learn this. Because unless I do it, I'm no good to anyone else and no one's going to be attracted to what I've got to offer. Does that make sense to you, Nancy?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so it's a really good one, I think, to look at, of making sure that, you know, I am my own best friend. It's the first time any of these statements tonight have come up for anyone. So these are brand new statements for everyone. All right, so thank you for bringing that up for all of us. And for me, I get to clear this as well. So we're going to clear this for all of us here. We're all going to be our own best friends from now on. All right. So can you say for me, please, I am my own best friend?
I am my own best friend.
Okay, how's that feel?
Maybe a little better.
Okay. So it's something I want you to practice. Every day, I want you to do something for Nancy. Okay? Every day, each one of you is going to do something for yourself as your best friend. I'm just going to touch base with you. How are you going? I might do some journaling. I might go for a walk, whatever it is. That's just for you. Okay? Really important process. All right, we're going to keep going. And again, Alexandra, you've put your hand up again and others haven't at this point, so you get to have another go. I'm really okay with this.
Thank you. I feel greedy, but I really, I'm in a place where all of these areas have been like low.
No, look, that's fine. Let's we're going to get someone after you who didn't volunteer and has their hand raised without putting their hand up. I can see you anyway, energetically. You're not going to hide from me. So, but Alexandra, what's going on for you around relationships?
So I'm on a place where I guess I could say I've been working on myself. So the example you gave about, your vibration's higher and people are falling away. So I'm in a place of really isolation, I'm total isolation but I don't want it to be that way. So, I'm working on being my own best friend and all of that, but there's this void. And so that's what I'd like to attract. The right relationships.
Okay, I've got a really cool statement for you.
All right.
I got to preface this with a little story so you don't sort of run off and start throwing things at me.
Okay.
I was in a men's workshop once and I was talking to the men. I've known these men for a number of years, so we were really close and knew each other. And I turned up one night and I said, I've got an announcement. And I said, I'm coming out of the closet. And everyone just stopped and looked at me. I said, we didn't think. And I said, I'm coming out of the closet. I've decided to be the best person I can be. And I believe every person should come out of the closet and be the best person they can be. So your statement, it's time to come out of the closet.
I'm glad you prefaced it. Okay, it's time to come out of the closet.
Yeah. And again, there's that part of you hiding still.
Yeah.
That's what I keep getting. There's a part of you still hiding.
Yeah. Well, a part of me feels like a failure in a lot of areas. So
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah. And it's only a feeling. It's only a thought process. That's all it is.
Right. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. Every failure is just, oh, this doesn't work this way. This doesn't work this way. I mean,
Yeah.
I know a whole lot of ways things don't work because I've, so I try not to use that word failure because it has a negative connotation. But if something doesn't work, then the next thing could.
Right.
And I generally have learnt these days not to do the things that don't work again. Like
I'll
that to
have
me is
that
probably what we don't want to do. You know, it's when we have a bad relationship and we find the next bad relationship and the next bad relationship. Well, maybe we've got to learn something here.
Right, well, that might be part of it. That's why I'm afraid to like, I touched a hot stove enough. I don't want to touch that hot stove again. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Can you say for me, please, it's time to come out of the closet?
It's time to come out of the closet.
Okay. Yeah. Just going to clear this a little bit more here. You almost cleared it yourself, you know, just the thought of it. It takes a little bit of courage to do this as well. This is who I am, you know, like
Yeah.
life is. If we're not going to be who we are in life, then how do we expect to? Again, we're not going to attract people to us if we try to be someone else, because they're not going to be attracted to us. They're going to be attracted to the illusion, and then they'll leave as soon as they see that it's not real.
Good point. Yeah.
So can you say for me, please, again, it's time to come out of the closet?
It's time to come out of the closet.
Okay, well done. How's that feel?
Good.
Awesome. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
let's do one more on relationships. And who are we going to choose? Who's putting their hand up? Yeah, I know who it is. Okay, come on, Stephanie.
Okay. Hi.
How are the statements today going for you?
Always good. It's great to clear everything. Let's
Oh.
face it. Just
All right.
everything.
So you've done life vision mentoring, so
Mhm.
you've noticed obviously there's been a shift in you anyway.
Yeah.
What do you think is still holding you back in terms of relationships?
Well, the coming out of the closet's a great one. I love that one. Being myself. But that's since being in life vision mentoring, I'm getting stronger and stronger. And I think it's kind of finding myself too. Like Alexandra talking about being in like quiet, your own space, or being in seclusion almost from others, unless they really, really know me. Because I don't know.
I've got a statement. It's come up for you.
Okay, it'll be good, I'm sure.
Or unless it's not. Okay, let's have a look. So it's an interesting one to come up, and I think this has come up because of how much work you've done. And the statement is, it's okay to say no.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That if people are not matching where you're at, it's okay to say, no, this is actually not a match anymore.
Yeah, that gives me a feeling in my stomach, and it brings me to, like, I've always been the yes girl, yes about everything. Yeah, I'll go hang out. Yeah, I'll go do that. Yeah, I'll go do that. And now it's kind of coming to, do I really want to hang out with those people? And the vibration, or the like the experiences I've had in the past with them. So, and that has included family.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, recently.
And
Yeah.
family is the same thing. Family don't get an automatically right to you just because they're family.
Right.
You know, it's about respecting each other. If they don't want to do that, then it's like, it's okay to say no. This is not acceptable behavior. So let's just clear this. I want you to be actually okay to say no. And this is for everyone. Okay, can you say again for me, please? It's okay to say no.
It's okay to say no.
Okay, well done. How's that feel?
Yeah, much stronger.
Okay, well done.
Still shaky. Still like,
shaky, but
oh, am I
it's not
sure?
a new experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. I just
Thank you.
You're welcome. One of the places you can go to and is the Vision School. Has a whole lot of online programs there already, and the one around relationships is the Clear Blocks to Intimate Relationships. And that's a really good one if you want to start developing relationships, particularly with yourself, and then ultimately attract an intimate relationship into your life. If you really want to dive in deep, there's a 4-month program called Life Vision Mentoring. And that's about clearing all the aspects for yourself And I say 4 months, but it's really a 12-month program that looks initially at yourself and then at 8 months at looking at being a leader in the community, which I believe everyone here is for this. And the only thing is you'll need to check in with me or Heather or Claudia beforehand to make sure that your vibration and frequency is sufficient. This is not a beginner's course. This is an advanced course. And from listening to everyone tonight, I'm pretty sure most of you would have not a problem, but we need to muscle test to see, to rate, make sure your vibration and frequency is at a certain stage to get in. And the reason for that is we want to create a community where people are supporting each other. So really encouraging to do that. And if you want more information of that, if you go to thevisionschool.org, there's a whole area there on life vision mentoring, and you can see all the details, what's included. There's a whole lot of stuff included. There's even stuff included that's not there because we like to keep adding value to what people get.